Good evening, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and this is Friday, July the 1st, 2016. We are here in downtown Decatur, Illinois, and as you can see right there, you can see a nice building right over there, and I guess at some point I'll tell you more about that. I might just tell you about that in the description below. Okay, but anyway, we are at the Decatur Public Library, and you can see these wonderful little flowers over here. The reason I'm doing this is a direct video response to the Decatur, Illinois Then and Now Facebook page and to the Now Decatur Facebook page. And the reason for that is I'm going to tell the story of the beginning of my hunt for the Looking for Lincoln signs, and it actually started right here in Decatur, where I actually live. I live in Decatur. Okay? And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that if you look at the Looking for Lincoln Heritage Coalition map, they have a story trail map. If you look there, the map indicates that the sign for the library is over on this corner. As you can see here, the sign is not at this corner. So let me take you to where it really is. And this is where it all kind of began. Now, you say, well, how did the whole thing begin? Well, as you can see these lovely flowers here, as you can see, this is truly the Decatur Public Library. It used to be the Sears department store. Of course, when the Sears department store moved to the mall, then it changed into the library. Okay? And that is why, as I continue along here, you're going to say, well, the sign up here, this thing that says Decatur Public Library, kind of looks a little weird. Well, the reason it does is because that didn't used to say Decatur Public Library. No siree, Bob. It actually said Sears on there, and that's why. But anyway, as most people well know, you see this street right here? This is, I believe it's Main Street, if I recall correctly. But well, when I was a kid, we just called it US 51 North. Okay, that was back in the 70s. They were just starting to build that highway around the city of Decatur. So this used to be straight US 51 North. It became Business 51 North, and well, that's kind of the way it's kind of stayed ever since. But anyway, this is one of the streets where the Razzle Dazzle Good Time Parade comes down when they do their parade. Okay, and I was actually in 2009, I'll show you, I was right down here videotaping the parade. Okay, and when the parade was over with, there was a huge crowd here. I'm not kidding you, it was huge. But anyway, what I'd like to do is focus. Yeah, you can see kind of all the flowers here. I'll just go ahead and show them to you. Look at those beautiful flowers. Aren't those great? See what I mean? But anyway, I was about right here on this street corner, and that was before I knew about these signs. Well, I was trying to walk backwards out of the crowd. And when I did, I literally slammed my back into this. And I took a look at it. Now I thought, well, it looks cool. But I thought at first that this particular sign had been erected by the city of Decatur. You know, maybe the City Chamber of Commerce erected it or something. And I looked at it and I read, of course, the whole thing. And you can see me reading the actual video on YouTube. Okay, if you Google the name Speed Learner, all one word, you will find my YouTube channel. You'll find this Abraham Lincoln playlist, and you can actually see this particular video. And one of the first things I noticed was this seal. See the seal right here? And when I contacted the organization that set this up, and I said, well, why do these things have seals? They said, well, the reason they have seals is because you're supposed to pencil rub them for souvenirs. And they called them medallions, okay? These are called medallions, even though I call them seals. They're called medallions. You're supposed to pencil rub them for souvenirs, indicating that you actually been there. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, after I told them about the seals, I also told them about their map. And they said, well, can you actually prove that our map is wrong? And I said, well, sure. So I came back out here after the Razzle Dazzle Good Time Parade, and I started videotaping one sign after the next. And I showed the videos to them, and they said, you know what? The problem with the map is that they are under GPS coordinates. And the GPS coordinates can be a little off. And as they were looking at one sign after the next, they said, you know what? Some of these coordinates are really bad off. And they said, how would you like to be the map? And I said, well, sure. Why not? I have nothing better to do. And so that's what I did. But anyway, one of the things that I think the city of Decatur should fix, as you can see, this is the Decatur City Park out here. As you can see, this is the old transfer house right here. And one of the things I think they should fix is there is no street sign for this particular street corner. And I wish they'd kind of fix that. Anyway, as you can see here, again, this is the Decatur Public Library. And right over here is the post office. Okay? And you can see there's some businesses right over here. Okay? And there's a Subway and there's some other business. I don't know what the heck that is. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cross the street, just so you can see all this. Alright. And as you can plainly see, this is definitely the post office. Okay, so I was mistaken. This is not Main Street, this is Franklin Street. Okay, my mistake. But as you can see here, that's what can happen if you're trying to go through and you're trying to find the street corner. This apparently is Franklin and some other street. I don't know what street it is. But without a sign, I can't tell. So I hope that the Decatur City Council will take the time to go ahead and fix it. Now, hang on just a second, folks. I try not to do too much crossing. Yeah, there we go. Against the light. But anyway. This is the transfer house right here. I'll go ahead and take you around it real quick. This has been a Decatur landmark since the I don't know, 30s, 40s. I'm sure somebody will correct me on that. And that's fine. I don't know the complete history of the transfer house. I know it's been here a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, if you'll follow me, and I know you will, I videotaped this as well. It's a sign that tells you the complete history of the transfer house. Oh, okay, I guess it was built sometime in the 1890s. Again, I didn't know the whole history that you can see here. Now, this was erected by the Decatur City Council. It tells you the whole history of the transfer house, which is good. But anyway, we're going to step up here, and I'll let you see the water fountain. Okay. And look at these benches. Aren't those nice? They have renovated this whole park area, and I just wanted you to see the renovations they've done around here. It's beautiful. Looks a lot better than what it did when I was young. As you can plainly see. But you guys ought to come out here and take a look at this for yourself. It's a lot prettier when you're in person, I assure you. I couldn't have picked a better evening. It's cool. It's not raining. Anyway, you can take a look. There's some businesses out there. Now, there are a total of 215 Looking for Lincoln wayside markers in the state of Illinois. That part I did find out from the Looking for Lincoln Heritage Coalition. And we'll just come down here. Anyway, now as you saw, that I already showed you one of the signs. Come right through here. Anyway, as you can see here, we're just on the other side of the city park, and there's another Looking for Lincoln sign right there. And this is the birthplace of the Grand Army of the Republic. In a second-floor room on this spot, the Grand Army of the Republic was organized April 6, 1866 by Dr. Benjamin F. Stevenson. Established place by the Department of Illinois Women's Relief Corps, auxiliary to the Grand Army of the Republic, April 6, 1915. Okay, let's go on here. You can see we're headed towards the Busey Bank. Now hopefully my Decatur friends will take the time to leave some comments down here to let me know kind of the things that used to be here. One of the main reasons I say that is that once upon a time, a long time ago, we were kind of in the general vicinity of the Landmark Mall. As you can see, this is yet another Looking for Lincoln sign. And I'll go ahead and show you this. This is one of the other seals. Okay? And if you come out here, you can actually pencil rub these seals, or medallions as they're called, for souvenirs. I'm sorry I didn't get the other one over there, but well, just come down here and you can pencil rub them for yourself. Anyway, Rop's Shoes and Decatur Florists have been around here, well, since I was a kid. At least as far as I remember. But some of this stuff is brand new. As you can see here, this actually is the Busey Bank. And this is another one of those Looking for Lincoln signs. You can see there's a seal right there. Okay. And I've actually read all of this on my YouTube channel, and you could go ahead and take a look at that. As you can see here. Oh, Decatur Florists finally went out of business. That's sad. Oh well. Anyway, we will go ahead and cross the street. No, wait, we better not cross the street just yet, because we're on the other side here of Busey Bank. Believe it or not. And this is the reason why I waited to do this. I've done this once before, but the last time I did this particular video, it was before they fixed up all their signs and they remodeled the entire downtown area. As you can see, there's a statue there. It was there in my one of my very first videos. And as you can plainly see here, this sign says "Finding the Biggest Man." And as you can see, there's an actual seal right there. Okay. Now the main reason we're just going to continue right on is that we are going to have to go across the street. And the reason we're going to have to go across the street is because I've got to show you yet another Looking for Lincoln sign. There's the next one. As you can see, it's over here by W.T. Flora Gyms, which has been here ever since I was a kid. And yes, there's yet another seal, as you can see there. Okay. And we go down here, right this way. Now this is the headquarters of the Decatur Celebration. I also, if I recall correctly, no, I'm not right about this. Well, this is Gallery 510 Art and Framing. Now, the one thing you got to keep in mind, and this is Merle Norman Cosmetics up here, is that when they do this stuff with the Google Maps, I mean, they don't update it very often, and they don't give you a realistic view of how things look. This is called the Indian Grill up here, and this is Fandor up here. Okay, you can see. Anyway, I'm sure as people start looking at this stuff, now I will go ahead and take you down what's called Merchant Street. You can see there. Well, before we do that, let's go over here. I'm sure you spotted this by now. This is another Looking for Lincoln sign right here in downtown Decatur. You can see there's the Chinese tea garden there, Decatur Brew. Anyway, this is another Looking for Lincoln sign there. This is Industry Avenue Haircut right there. And this is Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. And down here is what they call the Lincoln Lounge. And right over there is the old Lincoln Theater. I have seen movies in this theater. I did that all the time when I was a kid. And I kind of miss the way they used to have movies all the time. But anyway, let's go on over here. This is called the 217 Lounge. And Robbie's Outlet. As you can tell, they've really done up this area very nicely. And I've shown you this in several of my videos. This is Giggles here. You can see. And this is called Marina. Outfit shop for you. Tornasol is right next to it. You can see that. And this is Dell's Popcorn Shop. They had a fire here about a year or two ago, and I don't know if they're back in business yet, but I'm sure if they're not yet, they soon will be. Anyway, this is Jimmy John's over here. Okay. And right over here is the Cigar Lounge. This is a place called Taproot. And Sloan's Calzones, as you can see there. And let's see now. You take a look at these buildings up here. Some of these buildings have been around, well, ever since I was a kid, and probably a lot more than that. It says up there, Dins, whatever Dins is. Anyway. But this is what downtown Decatur actually looks like, as you can plainly see. Now I know the next question you're going to ask me, and the next question is, are there any more looking for Lincoln signs? And yes, there are. There's actually a total of 15 of them right here in this town. And I'll show you where a few more of them are. You can see this on my videos. Like I say, if you just go and Google the name Speed Learner and you look at my Abraham Lincoln playlist, you can see them for yourself. Anyway, as you can see, if we go across the street here, there's 1, 2, and there's actually one around the corner. So, yep. Anyway, we'll go back this way. But this is what Decatur looks like, at least downtown. There's a mural over here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it, as soon as I know it's safe to do so. Okay. Hang on. Like I say, you can take a look. It's safe to cross now. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get this mural. I just wanted to show you all this all you guys all this stuff, because for some of you that are really out of town, you might not ever see it unless I show it to you. They used to have an old Franklin Mall, and it got demolished. That was kind of a landmark when I was a kid. Really kind of sad. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you this mural right here. Says bold and daring, and if I recall correctly, that's a portrait of Stephen Decatur. And as you can see, this is the Decatur-Macon County Courthouse right over here. You know, looking at it from Google Maps is one thing. To look at it from a video like this is quite another. See what I mean? If I recall correctly, before this became a whole bunch of apartments, this used to be a hotel, a real live hotel, and then it became an apartment complex. I'm sure you guys can tell me the history of that. Anyway, this is Central Illinois Title Company. Alright, there's a couple other things I'd like to show you tonight. And This used to be, I know it's Wells Fargo now, but it used to be the Millikin National Bank. Another one of those long lost icons that used to be here when I was a kid. And the thing is, if you use the Google map and you follow along, there you go. Now take a look. It's beautiful out here. Alright. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to show you a couple other things, so I'm going to pause this for a little bit. Then I'll show you some other stuff, so I'd like for you to stay tuned. Alright, we're still down here in downtown Decatur. As you can see here, this is the Victory Pharmacy. Right here. And I'm going to go across the street here in just a second and show you this. Okay, this is Hickory Point Bank. Of course, I know this wasn't originally Hickory Point Bank. This was someplace else. Anyway, let's just take a look here. Look at that. Wowee. Anyway, let's just take a look at this building right over here. Take a look at that. I believe this was the old Citizens Bank. As you can see up there, it was erected in 1909. Now the reason why I'm taking you down this way is if I'm right about this, which I usually am, we're getting ever so much closer. Now this is a parking garage over here. If I'm recalling correctly, I'm getting very close to the Avon Theater. And yes, I did see movies at the Avon just as much as I saw movies at the Lincoln. And if you guys can identify anything around here, and I believe that used to be the old Herald and Review building over there. And like I said, if you guys can identify any of these buildings, I believe that used to be, don't quote me on this, but I think that used to be the Carson Prairie Scott building. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Anyway, I know Haynes and Essex recently closed, but the Striglow's office thing is still there. Yes, this used to be the Citizens Building, and it's now WSOY. And we have like a kind of a tiny little park over here as well. And this is not the main Decatur City Park, but that's another little area you guys can take a look at. I've videotaped here before, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you this again. Over here is what is now known as the Regions Bank. This was not always here. Neither was any of this. This is all brand new. Looks nice, looks great, but it wasn't always here. But there's plenty of parking. I was right, just down the way is the Avon Theater, and in just a second I'm going to go ahead and, well, you can see the blinking lights way down there. You can see that's the Avon. I'll go ahead and take you up there. Let you see that for yourself. As you can see here, there's a statue. A very nice statue, as a matter of fact. I videotaped this once before. Ta-da! Look at that. I know that sun's kind of bright. Try to re-angle things. There's some little men up on the top. Okay. I'll let you go ahead and you can pause this video for a second and you can read this for yourself. But anyway, look at all that. Okay, let's head out here. I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look. Now, ADM owns most of this now, but I think this was part of the Landmark Mall. If I'm wrong, you're more than welcome to correct me, but you can go ahead and tell me what is and whatever. We are on the corner of North and Water Streets here in Decatur, Illinois. Okay. I know we're slowly approaching sunset. But anyway, I'll go ahead and cross across here, and then we'll just now if you're a visitor here, please go over to the Decatur Illinois Convention and Visitors Bureau. They would love to see you. Tell them that the Speed Learner sent you. By all means, tell them that. Not the only thing you'll find around here. See? Ta-da! You can see all that. Okay, let's keep going. Anyway, like I said, this is the Avon. This used to only have one screen, now it has like 3 screens. Man, this brings back memories. Long time ago. Anyway, as you can see here, now I'll tell you something that brings back a lot of memories from when I was a kid. I used to get bicycle parts from right down here. And if you will just go a little bit past this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. We're right now on El Dorado Street, and if you look way down here, right down there is Rupert's Sports Shop, and we're just going to go right down Eldo here, right back to Franklin Street. This is a Pentecostal church up here. And since we're right down this way, I'll go ahead and take you to the Decatur Civic Center, which used to be, I believe it was the Stephen Decatur High School. Please tell me if I'm right about that. If I recall correctly, that was what it was. Anyway. And when I was a kid, that yellow building right there was the Decatur Public Library. To me. They don't show you this kind of stuff up close when you're doing this through Google Maps. You can pause this video at any time and see this for yourself. Anyway, let's go ahead and just take a look at all this. Like I say, that used to be the library when I was a kid. And right over here in the parking lot here, I already showed you this, that is our Veterans Memorial. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a walk down here. Like I say, there's lots to see here in Decatur, Illinois. We're headed back to the post office. Bet you guys are glad I took you out here. But as you can plainly see, this is what the city of Decatur looks like today. And if I recall correctly, I just got to go this way. You can plainly see. I know right now you're just seeing a yellow building, and soon you're going to see a brown building. But this used to be the library. Take a look here. It looks safe. I'm just going to come up here. That's the post office. And this is a statue of none other than Stephen Decatur. Let you take a look at this. I'll go ahead and show you Stephen Decatur himself. And then I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Let you read that. Okay. And yes, I was right. Okay, this is the Stephen Decatur High School. And it was here from 1911 till 1975. And if you come out here, you can read all these little tiles, and they'll tell you different people that have kind of donated or whatever to this area. You can see the tiles go all the way around the statue. See? You can come out here and read these yourself. There's a giant plaque here as well. Okay. Whoops, there's an inscription here. I didn't even notice that. Huh. Oop. You can pause this video and read this for yourself. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm going to pause this video one more time. We're back at the post office. And as you can see, there's the Stephen Decatur statue from behind. I guess we can climb up here. Well, I can keep my balance. That's what the statue looks like from behind. Alright. That's our current bus depot out there. I will tell you more in just a second, so I'd like for you to stay tuned. I wanted to videotape this mural right here, as you can see. Ta-da! Let me zoom in just a little bit. Look at that. Okay. And then, I'm going to show you a statue in just a second, so hang on just a second. Stay tuned. This is a statue I promised. It was erected in 1904. And we're just going to go around here a little bit. As you can see here. Alright, now give me just a second here. I'm going to step down a little bit. There are actual steps leading to this statue. There you go. Alright. There's a couple more things I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to conclude for tonight. I will tell you more in just a second, so I'd like for you to stay tuned. This part of the video is to correct something that I did in an earlier video a long time ago. This is not the Oglesby's mansion. It's right next door to the Oglesby mansion, and now I'm going to show you the real Oglesby mansion. This is the real Oglesby mansion. Da, 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 da. See that? Wow. I'll go ahead and... He was a U.S. Senator, a Civil War general, and there you go. Now the reason why I have to show you this is because one of the Looking for Lincoln signs is right next to it. Remember this one? Here's the seal. Ta-da! Alright. I will tell you more in just a bit, so I'd like for you to stay tuned. This is my final stop for the evening. I am at the James Millikin house. As you can see, there's another Looking for Lincoln sign right here, and I'll go ahead and show you the seal. As you can see there. I've already read this to you guys. It was a cold day in March when I did this the last time, and this is a little warmer, as you can plainly see. Off in the background here, you're going to see the James Millikin house. It's called the James Millikin Homestead. We're going to walk you right to it. And then I'm going to stop recording for the evening. Got a lot of other stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to teach you guys. And I will be doing that. I wanted to make one little announcement. In a couple of weeks, because like I say, this is the 1st of July, we're approaching the 4th, but in a couple of weeks I'm due to go to the Relay for Life at Richland Community College, and I'm hoping you guys will be there and you'll see me videotaping that. And yes, I will be videotaping the Razzle Dazzle Good Time Parade, so if you want to see that too, you are more than welcome. There you go. There it is. The Millikin home. Now I'll show you this neat little tree. As you can see here, it has some very unique branches. Look at the size of that tree. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned. Here's some last minute bonus video. You can see this mural right here. I'm going to show you the inscriptions. I'll try to step back just a little bit further. This mural is so huge. I encourage you guys to come out here and see this mural for yourself. Maybe I can get this a little bit better. I know it's a little angled, but there you go. There you go. See if there's any more inscriptions down here. Yes, there is. Says 1967 George Halas retires as coach, and I believe this is the guy they were talking about. I'll get back here just a little bit. You should come down here and see this for yourself. I will tell you more. Hang on. One thing I will do for you. You say, well, where is this mural at? Well, I'll show you. Remember earlier I was down in this area? You can see the flashing lights of the Lincoln Theater. Okay. Here's one looking for Lincoln sign, and you can see the seal right down there. Then if you come down just a little bit further, right this way, and here's another looking for Lincoln sign. You can see its seal right down there. And if you look right across the street there, there's another looking for Lincoln sign and a copper statue of a house. You can see that. Alright, so come on down here. We're on Main Street, and I don't know, again, they really need to work on these corners here so we know what street. Well, okay, I guess we're on the corner of Main and Main. Okay. Anyway, one of the things I'd like to see, and I'm going to address this to not only the Decatur, Illinois Then and Now Facebook page, but also the Now Decatur Facebook page. The other thing I'd like to see down here is over Halloween time, I'd like to see more decorations, especially around the transfer house. In November, some Thanksgiving decorations. I'd like to see more Christmas decorations, and I also would like to see, this is the other thing I'd like to see, I'd like to see Christmas carolers along Merchant Street. That would be perfect at Christmas time. I'd love to see that. Well, hopefully you guys will take my suggestions. I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.